Hi guys, my name is Marcus Hustle and I help people start an online business so you can replace your income, quit your 9 to 5 and work from home whenever you want and do whatever you want and live the life that you always wanted. Click the first link in the description below to join our free community where we do free coaching, free live streams, give you free advice and tips. There's over 20,000 members in there right now. So in today's video, I wanted to go over the journey that you should be expecting to go through when starting a marketing agency. I think not a lot of people talk about this or share their experiences, because I'll be honest, it doesn't sound too good at the beginning, but if you stick through it, you'll see the success that you're able to make and get by when you're looking online on YouTube and Facebook. I'm sure you're seeing a lot of people signing loads of clients and having great success and being able to live the life that they've always wanted. But what you don't see is their beginning stages, the process that they had to go through in order to get to where they are right now, where sure, they're making $20,000 a month at the moment, but you don't see that journey that they had to go through when they were just starting out. So in this video, I wanted to be completely transparent and show you guys exactly the typical journey that you're probably going to be expecting to go through when you're starting out completely zero and scaling your agency. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and I have a little presentation made, and I'm going to go through what you should be expecting step by step. So let's go into the presentation then. So first of all, by the way, I actually went through this entire thing on our Facebook group, the one that I mentioned earlier. So if you wanted to watch a more extended version of this video, go ahead and join a group and watch our free live stream, or join our future live streams as well. You can ask me questions and I can answer them. Anyway, let's go through this presentation. First stage is the most difficult, right? So the first stage is where you're obviously just starting out, and it's by far going to be the most difficult stage of your entire journey. Here's why. Because number one, it's the biggest learning gap, right? So when you are just starting out from completely zero and you're brand new, well, you are starting with zero knowledge, zero experience, everything, and you have so much to learn. Everything about, first of all, where to start, right? Like, where the hell do I even start with this whole thing? How do I choose an industry? What industry do I go with? And also, how do you find clients? How do you reach out to them? What do you say to them? And then if you do set an appointment, what the hell do you do on the appointment? How do you go from a random person to them paying you $2,000 a month? Like, how does that process work, right? So you have so much to learn. And then on top of that, once you do get the client, there's more to learn, right? Which is going to be the next stage. The first stage is the biggest learning gap because you're just starting out and you have so much to learn from zero, right? It's also going to be the stage where you do probably the most work, like physical hard labor work, right? But you see the least results. And this is the hardest part for people to accept and go through, because when you're just starting out, you're doing the most work in terms of it's probably just you don't have any team members, right? So you're the one that has to find clients, reach out to them, set appointments and do the sales call and sign them up. And then once you get the client, you then also have to do the service delivery, right? Most people don't talk about this because they want to make it sound so easy and you to buy their fucking course, right? That's what most people are doing on YouTube. So I just wanted to be completely transparent. The first stage is going to be like hell. You're not going to enjoy it. Well, to be honest, I enjoyed it. I really, some people do, but I really do love like this game. I love when things are difficult and it's a challenge. I like it. Maybe yourself watching, you might enjoy that as well. But either way, the first month and the first 2 months is going to be the most difficult because you're putting in so much work, you're doing all this work and outreach, but you're not seeing as many clients and as much money compared to the next couple of stages, which I'll go through. You're also going to find it difficult because you have nothing to leverage. At this point, you should not have any results. You should not have any testimonials, no case studies, nothing like that to leverage. You also maybe haven't done any crazy milestones by this point, right? Like if you're just starting out, like you haven't been able to do a live training with like a group of people of your niche, right? That you have nothing to leverage. By the way, if you are watching this and you're wondering, about you don't have any testimonials, etc. Well, one of the previous videos that I just recorded, I go through exactly how to get 5 or unlimited amount of video testimonials before you even have a client. So if you're interested, go ahead. There should be a pop-up somewhere around here. Click on the video and go ahead and watch that, or just go on my channel. It's one of the latest videos that we just recently uploaded. And also, you're a solopreneur. Like at this point, you should not have a team, or you probably don't have a team at this point, and it's just you by yourself. So like I said, you have to do everything from finding the client, signing them, and doing a service for them. Normally, this is the typical person. They spend the first 2 months just learning everything, learning the process, doing the meetings, failing, learning from it, adapting, and carrying on. So by this point, genuinely, you can go the first month or 2 months with no revenue, no clients at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got tons of people in the academy, in our coaching program, who literally signed like a $4,000 deal within the first week. And this is a true story. One of our students, Mike, he literally joined us in the academy from complete scratch, told him exactly what to do. In his first week, he closed a client for $3,500. Right? So it's doable, but the average person, if you're just trying this by yourself, it's probably going to be like 1-2 months where you're just learning, you're not getting any clients. And then we've got stage number 2, right? So now we're getting somewhere. So stage number 2 is normally like the 3rd and 4th month into it. This is now where you're going to start signing your first couple clients. Typically, the first couple clients are only a couple $100 or $1,000, right? Nothing too crazy, no high ticket sales. You're just getting started. Most of them will be just a couple $100. However, you're now also going to start getting overwhelmed with projects and tasks and things to do, because not only do you already have to find the client, reach out to them, set an appointment, do the meeting, close the deal. Now you also have to do the service for them. Now that they paid you, they expect a service. Now you have to deliver on that. So whilst you're learning how to do the service delivery, so let's just say you're doing Facebook ads, right? You also then still have to carry on doing the outreach and getting more clients in. So you might seem like you're getting overwhelmed, right? This happens to a lot of people. What some people do is they get the client and they just focus on that. They stop doing outreach completely, which is the biggest mistake, by the way. So please don't do that. Carry on doing the outreach whilst learning about service delivery. And you're still going to be learning a lot in this stage, right? Stage number 2 is you're still learning a ton. If anything, you're now learning more about the service delivery and kind of how to deliver a great service for them. This is also where the first big mistakes will be made, okay? So in the first 2 months, like, yeah, you're going to make mistakes, but you're not really going to see some sort of a result, or it's not really going to make a problem for you, because the first 2 months, the mistakes that you'll make is just yourself. Like, you might wake up late, or you might not have a routine, or yeah, you just forget to do outreach, or you might just mess up here and there on like your funnel or a website, something like that, whatever it is. Whereas the second stage, when you actually have clients, now when you mess up, there is actual consequences, right? So like when you mess up and you don't get any clients for your client, you might have to give a refund. Your clients might be unhappy with you. You might have to learning about client management, etc., etc. So this is now also where it's a little bit daunting for a lot of people. Again, just being completely transparent. A lot of people don't want to tell you this, but just because now you get a client doesn't mean you can just sit back and relax and like, cool, I've made it. No, this is where the real learning happens, right? This is where you're actually going to start scaling. So this is where the big mistakes can happen. And also, this is also where you need to try and find a balance between getting new clients and serving your existing clients. Again, like I said, a lot of people struggle with this, or what they do is they just serve the existing clients and stop getting new clients. Don't do that, because if your existing clients leave, well, you don't have a full pipeline and you have to just restart from scratch again. And that leaves you back to stage 1. You don't want to do that. And yet by this point, about 3 to 4 months into it, you can be expecting to be doing about $2,000 to $5,000 in revenue per month. Now, so this is already only 3 to 4 months into it. This is if all goes so accordingly to plan. Don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people who I've spoken to, especially when people book a call with us for the academy before they join us. I'm like, so how long have you been doing it for? Trust me, I've spoken to tons of people who have been doing it for a year, maybe even more than a year, and they're only making $1,000, or maybe, heck, they're not even making any money. So to me, that's just mind blowing. But if you do everything correctly and you are very persistent and you work hard, within just 3-4 months, you can be expecting to do about $2,000 to $5,000 a month. Stage 3, this is now when it starts to get really fun and you actually feel like you're building a business. Little side note, by the way, most people quit at stage 1. Like I would say more than 60%. Then roughly, about 20% actually get through to stage 2 and 3 and onwards. Well, let's just say, 60% quit at stage 1. Therefore, about 40% get through to stage 2, 3, and 4. But most people don't even get to this stage right here, stage number 3, which is really where it starts to get really fun and easy. So this is now where what you're starting to do is you're hiring people. So don't get me wrong, you're still learning a lot. Learning never stops, by the way, no matter what stage. Like I'm still learning. I've been doing this stuff for like fucking 4 years. But this is now where you're learning how to hire. So where do you find people? How do you hire them? What kind of questions do you ask? How much do you pay them? How do you pay them? Is there contracts involved? Are they local to you? Are they overseas? Like how does all that work, right? So you're learning about that. You're signing clients with ease now because of the results that you can leverage, right? So now getting clients and making more money becomes fucking easy. Because all of the hard work that you've done in the last 4 or 5 months, well, you leverage that. You leverage all of the meetings that you've done, all the clients that you've worked with. Even if it was a free trial, you leverage all the results that you got for them. And now signing clients becomes a lot easier. Your service delivery by this point is probably going to be outsourced. So if you're doing Facebook ads, you're probably going to find somebody who's called a media buyer to do the Facebook ads for you. So by this point, you can just focus on setting appointments and closing deals. By this point, you should narrow it down to just one service, one niche, and just scale that. And also, if you're doing it all correctly and you're really consistent every single day, Monday to Saturday, which is just practically impossible impossible for the average person. But if you do stay consistent for 6 months, that you can genuinely, there's nothing stopping you from doing 6 to 10K a month revenue by this point. So that's stage number 3. And then last but not least, stage number 4, this is the most fun stage. This is where it just becomes easy and the business can essentially be self-running. 4th stage is where you've hired an appointment setter. So now somebody's setting meetings for you. You've also hired a sales rep. So not only is somebody setting the appointment for you, you've also got somebody who takes the sales call for you and closes the client for you and collects the payment. You've also got a media buyer hired. So now appointments are being set without you. Those appointments are being closed and cash is being collected without you. And you've also got a media buyer who does the service for your clients without you. So you can see the whole thing is already running smoothly. And then last but not least, you can also hire a client manager. So this is somebody who, once the client is signed up, this person, the client manager, then onboards the client, sets everything up, make sure that, you know, the media team is speaking to the client and all is running smooth. They also do check-ins with the client, make sure that the client's happy, make sure they check in with the media buying team as well, make sure it's all running smooth, the clients are getting great results. You've done it. Like, you don't have to do a whole lot at this point, right? From this point, you can carry on kind of doing content, affiliate deals, strategic partners, you can run ads at this point and so on, which is actually the next thing. You know, you can also start running paid ads for yourself because you're doing about $11,000 to $25,000 a month. Well, you can put about $3,000–4,000 a month of that into paid ads for your own business now, right? So if you're working with car dealerships, at this point, what you can do is you can run ads specifically for car dealership owners and you can start generating their leads and following up with them and closing deals that way, right? Super easy. And at this point as well, you're probably looking to transition into coaching and consulting for your niche. So instead of running the ads for your clients, you'd now be looking to teach their in-house team how they can do this themselves, save a lot of money, and for you, it's just a lot easier to run your agency. So these are the 4 main stages. Don't get me wrong, there are so many more. You know, after that, you've got stage 5, which is actually transitioning into a coach and a consultant, which just everything becomes easier. You're then able to scale to 50, 60, even 100,000 a month, really easy, which is like stage 5 and onwards. If you guys are interested, by the way, comment below. I can make a part 2 of this video where I go over like stage 5, 6, and 7. If you're interested, the average person, when they're starting an agency, this is what you're going to go through. So I wanted to manage your expectations a little bit more. Like I said, this is a short video, just breaking it down. If you wanted to watch an entire hour-long video of me breaking down this into full detail, answering questions live as well as people are asking it, click the first link in the description, join our free community as I mentioned. Last but not least, please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, if you got any sort of value from this, I really appreciate them. And make sure you check out all the videos on my channel as well. They're high quality. We're probably the most underrated YouTube channel right now in the space. So feel free to like this video, subscribe, check out the previous videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.